Pokémon Legends Arceus is here, and it's been a big success both commercially and critically. The game's blend of open-world elements, action sequences, and standard Pokémon gameplay has breathed new life into the franchise for the first time in years. But while this is a big step forward, there are still some improvements that need to be made. Hey folks, I'm Steven from Win.gg, and I've been playing a lot of Pokémon Legends Arceus over the last few weeks. Now, I do think that this is going to end up being the foundation of the Pokémon franchise moving forward, or it's going to end up being a regular staple of the series. Either way, we're going to need to see a few key improvements on the game. While it's still very good, there are a few areas of weakness that need to be tuned up for future installments. I'm going to be going over 5 things that need to be fixed in future Pokemon games after Pokémon Legends Arceus. Number 1, they really need to improve the graphics. Now, Pokémon Legends Arceus is a very fun game, but there's no denying that it's incredibly ugly. Honestly, there's a strong case to be made that it's the ugliest AAA release in generations. Basically, every facet of the graphics was bad in one way or another. The textures on most Pokemon were generally bad, with many of them seemingly just being solid colors. Draw distances are short, props and Pokemon can be seen popping into existence, and far-off Pokemon can be seen with animations running at 2 frames a second. That isn't even touching upon random issues with shadows, reflections, and other just weird glitchy little things. It goes without saying that the next installments in the Pokemon franchise are going to have to look quite a bit better than Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's no question that this is possible, as games such as Fortnite and Genshin Impact look better on mobile devices that have less power than the Nintendo Switch. Odds are that Game Freak can be counted on to live up to this. This is likely a very new game engine that they put together just for Pokémon Legends Arceus, and they should know how to make things move a bit better in future installments of the series. Number 2, make Ride Pokemon your own Pokemon. Pokemon Legends Arceus actually did something that's never been seen before in the Pokemon franchise, and that's giving your Pokemon an on-screen presence and a practical purpose when you're not in battle. This added a lot to the Pokemon Legends Arceus experience and gave lots of Pokemon an extra bit of personality. The trouble is that the Pokemon that ultimately got the most screen time during the game aren't actually ones that belong to the trainer. Ride Pokemon were first introduced in Sun and Moon, with the trainer able to unlock and mount a handful of rented Pokemon that replaced HMs and many key items. They came back in Pokemon Legends Arceus with Weirdeer, Braviary, Basculegion, and more, and while they're not bad, they have a much bigger presence on screen than anything in the player's own party. This doesn't actually need to be the case. In Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, we saw a number of different Pokemon actually have ride animations ranging from Charizard to Persian to Arcanine. That was a really nice little touch that they put in the game, and having a pool of Pokemon that you're able to ride on in a Pokemon Legends Arceus game would add a lot to the experience. Number 3, please let us change the controls. Pokemon Legends Arceus flat out just has really weird controls, and while I've gotten used to them after tens of hours of playing, I know that if a shiny Pokemon appears, or if I get into a dicey situation, I'm going to forget them on the spot. Even at the best of times, it makes little sense that up on the control pad opens the menus, while the plus button is what summons a ride Pokemon. This isn't even to mention things like rolling, crouching, and running that tend to get mapped to other buttons in other series. While Pokemon Legends Arceus' controls ultimately work once you get used to them, it's kind of strange that there aren't even any prefabricated alternatives to the default setup. This would be a big improvement if they allow us even a little bit of freedom in terms of how the game plays. Number 4, mix up the boss battle formula. Pokemon Legends Arceus actually broke the mold in Pokemon games by having action sequences for the bosses, in this case with Frenzied Nobles. While this was very nice, it got a bit repetitive by the end of the game. The 5 Frenzied Noble battles in the 1 extra post-game bonus mission ultimately follow the same formula. Dodge attacks, hit it with bombs, initiate a battle, and then once it's stunned, hit it with even more bombs. And do this until its health bar empties out. This isn't a bad formula, and these battles are ultimately rare enough that they don't get truly repetitive. But there's definitely more that can be done here. Whether it's mid-fight transformations, stealth elements, or anything else, there's room for more creativity with these fights than what we saw in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, it's possible that the Frenzied Noble Pokemon concept will be scrapped entirely after Pokemon Legends Arceus, but if it sticks around, we would definitely like to see a bit more creativity from Game Freak in future installments in the series. And number 5, make the game less linear. Pokemon Legends Arceus is actually very linear, even though it's a bit of an open world game. While there's plenty to explore and new Pokemon to catch, you still end up moving in a very straight line when it comes to the story. And that needs to change, and it actually hasn't always been the case with the Pokemon franchise. While this might sound strange, the Pokemon series should get back to its roots in terms of giving players a bit more freedom when it comes to tackling objectives. In Pokemon Red and Blue, players actually had some level of flexibility in terms of how they progressed. After being the first 3 gym leaders, clearing the rock tunnel, and chasing Team Rocket out of Pokemon Tower, the player has the freedom to go in a few different directions in terms of how they approach gym leaders, battle Team Rocket, or explore optional areas. A little bit more freedom in the Pokemon series is ultimately going to go a lot further today than it ever has been before. While a Pokemon Legends game is never going to end up being like The Witcher 3, a little bit more freedom would go a long way in terms of the experience. Now that's the end of our list. If you liked this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, and if you have any other thoughts about the future of the Pokemon franchise, feel free to leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to keep up with all of Win.GG's content in the future.